you don't mind, I'll just stand for a bit if that's okay with
Hey,
you.
that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine.
All right, so Mr. Mayor, did you get my message? I sent you a message.
Is your postal code VV something?
Mine's DJ289.
And did you make sure that the letters were capital? Because the postmaster general has hard. He has trouble seeing.
Oh, well, I think I made a mistake. So if you can forgive me, I can just give you a summary right here, right now about
Okay.
my experience, and that's what I think you were looking for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I have quite a bit of experience, as you may tell. I'm a, from my by the looks of me, it looks like I'm a little bit older, and that with that comes a lot of wisdom.
Agree.
Yeah, I'm glad you agree with that, sir, because I've traveled extensively in my life, and I've advised a lot of different companies and personal people, corporate people on assessing risk and managing risk and that kind of thing.
I see. Okay.
And some of these were high profile, high net worth people, and they like the way I work. And I do have a couple more projects I'm working on back east. I may have to go back east for a couple days, but that's not for another week or so. But I thought though you mentioned to me about something here in City Hall, a little different from what I had mentioned to you, was sort of caught my ear, and I'd like to see what I can do for you. And I think I can bring a lot of experience and bring some integrity to the team here.
Okay. Couple things real quick. Please call me Robert or Rob or Bob, whatever you prefer.
Okay, Robert.
Yeah, but yeah, because I'm the deputy mayor, not the mayor. So, but I'm still just Robert. I'm like I told you yesterday. I'm also a business owner. I can tell you, I was really impressed yesterday with your comment that and knowing that you do have a lot of experience, but you were more than willing to start at the bottom and show people what you can do. Um, that that to me that goes a long way.
Well, thank you. I
You're not
appreciate
afraid
that.
to get down and do the menial task and get to know how the operation works. I kind of did it the same way. I started as a security guard here, so
Well, you got to start somewhere, don't you?
exactly, yes. So I had a lot of respect for the way you handled that. Um, as far as the business bureau, right now, the reason I thought about that when you said you had a background in business was they are I would consider them very understaffed. Um, but there's a lot of responsibilities that come with the business bureau. Things that confidential things that if the wrong people got hands on those things, they could use it to their advantage. As far as business foreclosures, how businesses are operating, things like that, and that's what they're pretty protective of who they hire. Um, I'm not. I like I said, they're not against hiring because trust me, I hear it from them all the time how they need people. And I've been talking to them about being more willing to give people chances and let them basically show them what they can do. Um, how are you with paperwork?
Well, it depends on the systems you have in place. I'm not very good on spreadsheets, but I can write business letters.
Okay. Do you have any kind of law background whatsoever involving business?
Well, other than the rules around running a business and maintaining good governance.
Okay. Okay. And like I said, these aren't necessarily requirements. I just from what the conversations with the business bureau, what they were looking for. these are things that they're looking for.
I'm not I don't have any law background, but I've done some courses in business and some corporate banking, learning how to uh, identify good opportunities and how to execute those, minimizing, mitigating risk and things like that.
Okay, okay. No, honestly, I from my point of view, the business bureau right now, unfortunately, because they were understaffed, is kind of stuck in um, more of the legal, trying to stop corruption and illegal activities in businesses, than they are in helping to promote businesses and helping businesses thrive. Which I honestly, and when the business bureau was initially started, the goal was to be a tool that businesses could use to help promote and help their businesses not only be sustainable but thrive. And I think that is sorely needed in the city. As someone who is a business owner myself, there's a lot of opportunities that we here at City Hall could give to the business owners to help them make their businesses successful that they just haven't been able to do. So
Oh,
honestly, I think someone like you personally would be a good addition, but I have no control over that. That would be up to the director of the business bureau whether he would want to take advantage of your skills.
well, I'd like to have a meeting with him, but maybe someone else that's currently involved at this level, and see some of the problems that they're having. If there is corruption or if there's mishandling of taxes and things like that, I'd have to understand how the taxation works and what is how the funds flow and how the city spends the money and or
Well,
should they
just a little
really.
background. As a business owner, I could give you a little background on that. Right now, there is, besides the what we classify as the big three, the PDM, the auto dealership, the real estate Dynasty 8, and I believe UTool. Uh, there are no taxes for anyone in the city right now. And the tax system is just now being instituted for those three. Um,
Right.
the problem is that the way our current banking system works, it's next to impossible to verify any numbers that are given to the business bureau from the businesses. So a business, if they were, I wouldn't even have to say smart, if they had any intelligence at all, would be able to launder money, funnel money through a business, and there's no way the business bureau would really be able to tell.
Well, that's a problem a lot of cities have these days, and it's quite rampant. But you have to try and minimize that the best way you can, and you have to come up with some features with these businesses, and they have to do maybe bi-monthly reporting on their sales and things like that.
Yeah, but then again, that's where the problem comes in, because then you need a bigger staff at the business bureau to go through all that. And that's why I'm saying that's where the staffing issue comes in.
Well, some of these businesses owners, we're going to have to maybe call them in and sit down and have a meeting and let them know that, they have to have some responsibility and there's going to be some compliance they're going to be responsible for. And if, they can't do that, we're going to have to come up with ways to sort of say, slap them on the wrist and 3 times you're going to have to really face the music.
Yeah, we do have. They have instituted a three-strike rule already. See that's I'm listening to you, and I'm trying to sit here and think like Dale, who's the director of the Business Bureau, and thinking if he'll like what you're saying, and I can't speak for him, but I'm like, okay, he's already coming up with some good ideas because obviously they're going to think it's good ideas because they've kind of already instituted the three-strike system as a general rule, not so far as how the accounting end works though. And out of the box thinking is what I really like. We only can work with what we can work with in this city. So we have to come up with creative ways to be able to solve problems with what we've been given. And
Exactly.
yeah, so that's what I really like to hear out of people is, instead of complaining about what we got, coming up with creative ways to solve problems that arise.
Well, there has to be. We have to come up with some methods to um, curtail these things, and I have some ideas, and I think perhaps this coming week we can talk with some people if you do decide that I could be of some help here. And I don't expect you to say anything to me today, or because it's Sunday and we all have families, and I know the city has to operate, but I made some time to come down, and I'm really appreciative of you doing the same. So
No, that's not a problem.
yeah.
But I can tell you that yesterday when you made the comment about willing to more than willing to start as a janitor, I had decided at that point, I definitely was interested in talking to you further, and I can tell you right now, I am definitely going to talk to Dale. I love your mentality, your experience. I think is invaluable, and like you said, and I am in total agreement. With age comes wisdom.
Right. Well, listen. As we get on in life, and our experiences are behind us, like they say, water under the bridge. But when the water's gone under the bridge, it's never forgotten.
Yeah. Um. Let me ask you: is this the first big city you've been in?
Yes, it is, sir. I lived in a rural area and drove a rural taxi service, single car. I was a single business owner.
Yeah. You remind me of a lot of myself. By the way, I actually this is the first city I was ever in, and I knew absolutely. I come from a rural area in the Midwest, and knew absolutely nothing about how the big city works, and it took me about a month and a half to figure out everything about how the big city works. So you're much farther ahead than I am.
Well, I came here literally with the clothes on my back. The airline lost my bag, and
They gave you a lovely jumpsuit to wear.
yeah, well, hey, I put my best on when I left home back there to come out here, and that's what I ended up with. This is all I got. I more or less came with one bag, and the airline lost it, and they don't want to pay me or subsidize me anything. So besides that, it was a long flight. They didn't calculate too well their weight and balance on the aircraft, so we ended up stopping in Chicago, and that was another delay. I was up quite a few hours, and this is only like my third day here, so
Yeah. How you getting around town?
I've been walking.
Okay, my suggestion, and unfortunately, I normally have some in my big giant pocket. Is to go to a pawn shop. Do you know how the map works that they gave you at the airport?
Yeah, yeah, that's quite a nice map they have. I've
Yeah.
been getting along well with it pretty good.
Yeah, my suggestion would be to go to the pawn shop and purchase yourself a pair of roller skates or a skateboard.
Oh,
Because if you get a skateboard, it'll be on your back because obviously skateboard's too big to fit in your pocket. but they give you those pants that you got a giant pocket inside, and a pair of roller skates fit nicely in that giant pocket. And you're going to get around about 3 times faster than walking. It's not as quick as driving, but until you can afford a vehicle, it's much better transportation.
Well, I met a really nice guy downstairs and a lady, and then I met another fellow at the bank one day, 2 days ago, the first day I was here, I think. And he was very generous. He just was coming back from the casino, and he went over there with $700, and he came back. He came out, and he was so excited. He won. He told me he won $8,000 at the casino.
Wow.
So he went in the bank, and he put our money in the bank, and he came back out, and that's when I first met him. And he was so excited and everything. We talked quite a bit, and we were standing up front of the bank there, and he said to me, well, you seem like quite a nice guy. Why don't you just stand right here and don't leave? So he went back into the bank, and I couldn't believe the generosity. He came back out and he gave me $1,000.
Wow.
So
Wow.
now, Valerie, I think I met Valerie downstairs the first day I was here, and she gave me $300 to get a room for the night. So I've been just sort of sleeping in the garden outside here, and sometimes around the city. There's a couple of nice parks. I've been sleeping in the parks. So she gave me $300, but I didn't spend it. So and then Rob, I met another guy named Robert, tall guy, and that's why I thought it was you when you said your name was Robert, because he was head of the business department or something. And he,
do you have a real like New York accent and talk kind of loud?
yeah, he talks loud. That's the Robert. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Robert Banner, and he's the assistant head of public defender.
Right. Well, he was really nice, and he gave me $625.
Yeah, there's it's a lot of people remember what it's like when they first fly into the city. So we always try to bend over backwards to. My first week and a half here was an absolute hell because I knew absolutely no one. I knew nothing about the big city, and I almost flew back home and crawled up into a ball and cried. So I remember that anytime I meet somebody new and try to do everything I can to help them out. And all I ask in return is when you know what's going on and know how the city works. If you meet someone just like yourself who's off the plane, you just help them out also. And there's a lot of people in the city with that same mentality.
Well, I've noticed that, Robert, and that's why I sort of thought, well, because a distant friend of mine said to me, he says, well, if you haven't got a place to sleep, why don't you go to the city hall and see if you can, maybe they have housing or something available. And then I learned, talking to the people down at the desk, is sometimes they have auctions and you can buy properties pretty reasonable. I'm not ready to do that yet because I don't think I would have enough to meet that. But where this conversation's going is that the guy that I met at the bank that night that gave me the 1,000, he was driving a pretty nice 4x4, an older truck. It looked pretty beat up, and I don't mind those kind of trucks because people don't bother you and don't they don't vandalize old trucks. They go after old new cars and things. So I asked him, I said, where'd you buy that and what'd you pay? And he said he paid like $600, $800. And there are trucks like that you can buy. So that's the kind of truck I want to buy. But I've been to the car dealer 2 or 3 times and there never seems to be anybody there. So I'm just waiting for the opportunity to meet somebody over there and get one of those trucks. I have enough money. I think I've got $2,600 now.
Okay. I know you have some place you have to be in a little bit. So I don't want to hold you up, but I would take you around and show you the city and show you where you can do union jobs to raise money that you don't, besides an hourly wage that you would make here at City Hall, um, like construction or windows or lumber, where you can make up to $900 for a lumber job.
Wow, that sounds pretty good.
But unfortunately, like I said, both you and I are going to have places to go here in a short time, so we don't have time to do that. If you'd like, uh, maybe tomorrow or sometime this week, if you want to get together with me, I can take you around and show you the city and all the important stuff someone who's kind of new to the city would need to know.
Right. Well, that sounds really good. So I would look at maybe doing that. Not maybe. I would look forward to doing that with you in the coming week. So we will touch base, and I will chime back in here. And it's a weekend, and there's things that we both got to look after. So
Yeah.
um,
Let me ask you. I am absolutely pathetic when it comes to names. What was your name again, sir?
it's Matthew Reddington, Mathew. Reddington is Reddington. I was born in 1951.
And Matthew, do you happen to know your postal code by any chance?
My postal code is DJ, D for Donald, J for John, 289.
And I'm going to give you a piece of paper with my name and contact or my postal code on it.
Right.
I just slid that in your pocket there.
Oh, good. All right. Well, thank you, Robert. I really appreciate the time today, and we will talk later in the week. I did have I haven't met the lady, but I met her assistant. And I forget his name. He just slips my mind. Aaron that owns the downtown cab company. Her name is Aaron, or maybe it's a he. Could be
it's a she.
Oh, it is a she.
She's a she.
Yeah. Well, I had when I was over at the post office after I saw you yesterday, sending you that message, which you never did get, and I apologize again for that. There was a message for me from her assistant asking me when I could have a meeting with them to discuss driving cab. So I could easily drive cab part time, and I told her I have a few meetings, including today. And I would touch base with her or her assistant, in the next couple of days by Wednesday. So, but I will catch up with you here downstairs or ask for you, and by Wednesday sometime, and we'll make another appointment. Maybe we can, continue after that if you so desire. And you think that I would be of an asset here.
Yeah, personally, like I said, I don't make that final call because that wouldn't be my department. It'd be the director of the bureau's department, but I personally think you would be. One thing I was thinking about though, you know, um, you said you were born in '51.
That's right, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm actually older than you then.
God damn.
Yeah, because it is 1985, so you'd only be like 34 years old right now.
Oh, so you are older than me.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah,
I
so that's
mean,
where that whole, that's where I agree with you with the whole wisdom thing. You youngsters,
yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, sure. I mean, when you start at the bottom and work your way up, and I'm sure you've got a good backstory. People nowadays, these young people these days, they don't know where to start, and they really don't know how to work and start from the bottom.
yeah, yeah, and then you know, surprisingly, you might be surprised to hear that I yeah, I'm. Hold on, just a second. I'm in much agreement with you about the young people in the city. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
I agree with you. With the age comes wisdom. Let's also just say that.
that's right. It's very true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're more on the same mind than you might think that we're on the same mind.
Well, I'm glad to have met someone like yourself here that certainly has the foresight and the experience much similar to mine.
Yeah, in fact, yeah. Once if we have time to sit down or go around, drive around town and talk, I think we can find out we probably have a whole lot in common.
Well, if I get to meet the rest of the team here, I hope that we're going to be able to raise the bar here in this city and make it a better place for everybody.
And it's my number one goal to make this a better place for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
All
Okay,
right, my
so
man.
all right, let's head out then.
Yeah. Did you have any other questions for me?
Not right
As
now,
we're
sir.
walking
No.
down the step. Don't want to, you know, check the grain of the floor or see if your contact's down there again or anything like that.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, my man. Okay, my
All right,
man.
and I will be sure to pass along your information and what my thoughts of our conversation with Dale Breathwaite, who is
Dale.
the director of the bureau,
Right.
and if he doesn't reach out to you, I will reach out to you because like I said, I want to get you two together, and I'd also like to meet up with you to show you around and see if we can't get you on a solid footing here in the city, get you
Yeah.
started.
Now, let me ask you: is there the postal place I went to was way down, sort of south down, past underneath the freeway, way down there. So, is there another post office closer to here that I could use?
Um, Probably the closest one to here would be in Vespucci. Once again, if you pulled out your trusty map,
Right.
yeah, and you'll see there's actually 5 post offices on the island. There's one up on in Mirror Park area, one down in South Side, one on Vespucci, and the other 2 are up north of the island. One in Sandy Shores and one in Toledo.
Right. Well, I think there's about. I think I saw there on the map. There's about 5 of them, and I just couldn't pick up too well on what would be the closest one to the city hall here because after our meeting yesterday, that's where I went first off. So
Yeah, and
and
actually, if you get hired here at City Hall, we have a post office right there that you would have access to.
oh, okay, all
And
right,
actually,
that's very interesting.
and I'm sorry.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, and I have access. I have another postal office up in the mayor's office, and actually the bureau has their own postal office, so you don't even have to leave the office to send a letter out.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll be checking my mail, and I'm probably going to write a couple messages. And I want to send you another letter and thank you
Yeah,
very
just
much
to
for
make
your
yeah,
time.
yeah, and just to make sure you know how to use the postal service, go ahead and send me one, and I'll send you one back letting you know that I got it.
Right. That's a good idea. And it was my mistake for not using caps on the to for the sender part where to send it to. I just did capital M and then AYOR, and that was the problem.
Yeah, I've been there, by the way, done that. So yeah, totally understand that happens because, like I said, I
Yeah.
resemble that remark.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. Well, once again, I appreciate your time and look forward to talking to you later in the week.
All right. All the other thing I got to say is I wish they'd work on the heat here because it's cold in here because I can see your breath.
Well, I was going to say the same thing when we were sitting upstairs. And yesterday, when I was sitting over in the corner over there at the window, there was a young lady standing here. And I don't know what she was waiting around for, but she probably had business somewhere in here. And she was freezing. She was pretty cold. And I was going to say something, but I'm glad you mentioned it because I didn't want to be sort of like not disrespectful, but uh, negative, I guess. Let's put it that way.
I guess they didn't plan on being snow in Los Santos. I mean, because normally areas that have palm trees aren't regions that snow normally happens. But hey, it is Christmas, so it's a Christmas miracle.
Yes, I noticed that yesterday. Yeah, there was quite a bit, and it got quite sunny there later in the day, and it melted quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Hey, if you get a chance, you should go down and check out the mall. It's actually just about a block and a half away from here.
Is that the Rockford Mall over here?
It's it's on uh it's on San Andreas Avenue and Ginger Street.
Okay, San Andreas and Ginger.
Yeah, it's directly south from here. If you look at your map and look south, it's directly south from here.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Well.
when you're in there, you can check out my restaurant that's going to be opening next Saturday,
Oh.
or this Saturday actually. Now, I
Oh.
think I mentioned it to you yesterday.
Yeah.
It's a vegetarian restaurant and named after my grandma Ina. It's called Vegina.
Okay. Sounds great. Well, I'll get over there. I'm not going to. I haven't got really time now, and
Oh no, I
we'll see.
understand.
We'll see how things tomorrow will go for me. Got some things to do, so
I know.
we'll.
I don't want to hold you up and make you late, so
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and say our goodbyes here,
Uh,
and you have a great day. Okay.
yeah. You too, and appreciate it, and thank you again.
Uh huh.
Just going to look around at this place, Robert,
Oh,
because
yeah, take your time.
it's just a magnificent architecture, and the quality of workmanship here is just impeccable. I mean,
In fact, this lady over here on the wall is the had a big to do, had a lot to do with the remodeling of the mall. I
oh,
mean, the city hall.
was she a donator or something?
No, she was an incredible young woman. She was 19 years old, or she is 19 years old. Don't want
Yeah.
to talk about her in past tense.
Right.
And like sharp as a tack. And if you talk to her, you would. She was the most timid, shy person you ever met, and she just kind of blossomed here at City Hall. And we call her the keeper of the hall because she had such a big impact on us here.
Wow.
Unfortunately, she was attacked about 3 months ago, and she's been in a coma ever since.
Oh my. Um. Well, what happened? What's the outcome on that? Were there any people arrested or?
One of the assailants was shot and killed, and they never found the other assailant.
Boy,
Yeah, but yeah, it's we all still pray for her to come out of her coma.
let's hope so.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
please take your time and
Yeah.
check out things. And,
Yeah, I'm going to take a peek
and
around
I
here.
will leave you to your vices.
Okay, good.
Devices.
All right. Thank you, Robert. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Look at the walls. The walls. Everything's glazed. God, everything is. I mean, look at this place. San Andreas. Incredible. And there's another one here. This is the post office here, chat. No. I can't get in there yet because I haven't got the job. Still snowing. I thought I was coming back from back east out here to sunny California. They're a great room. Wow. Chat. I think I'm going to get out of here. The short one today. I had to have that meeting. Nothing to do. Oh. Four. Casey. Robert Dana. I've got to change my name. Okay. Okay. Um. Put his name down here. Deputy Mayor. Oh. It. Lost it. Oh, there it is. All right, so Yeah. Oh. How do I get out of this, chat? I don't know how to get out of this letter. Christ's sake. Um. Okay, so I got this thing on my hand. I can't get rid of it. I don't know the command to... It's a command to exit. What the hell's a command to exit the document? Okay, so... Bear with me, chat. Gotta get up. Can't move. So I... F1. F3. Oh, just escape. All right, chat, I'm getting out of here because I've got things to do today. A birthday for my granddaughter, so I'm gonna get stuff going here. And then I gotta drive an hour and a half or an hour. One side of the city to the other takes an hour. I guess some of you already know that. Driving where you are. Okay. I'm at City Hall. All exited out, and I guess I gotta